All right, so it's some obvious changes. We're going to chat about it all and talk about the direction of my channel, but let's go ahead and get started. Hey guys, this is Ashley. Welcome on back to my channel. So this video, it's going to be a little different for me, and I was thinking about some things. So I know I definitely wanted to talk about like my different setup, what's going on with my living situation at the moment. And then I also wanted to reflect on, what I'm going to plan for my channel in the future and what are some of my goals. And I just wanted to, hang out, chat with you guys, let you know what is going on. But let me go ahead and introduce myself. So if you're new here, welcome. And if you're older but goodie, welcome on back. My name is Ashley. I have a doctorate in pharmacy, and that's how you get Dr. Ash and her makeup. And eyeshadow really is my jam, but please just call me Ash or Ashley. So one of the biggest changes, as you could tell by my setup in the back. So usually, I film in my bedroom, and I'm going to try not to get emotional during this video, but it's a lot to just unpack, and I'm just going to work through it. Okay. And I'm going to try not to ramble, but I kind of touched on it in the See Which video, and I'm going to kind of say it in some of my videos as subscribers come back if they don't watch this video, or I'm just going to refer them to this video so I don't have to keep talking about it. And then eventually I'm just not going to say anything. I'm just going to film, and I'm going to carry on with my channel as usual. Okay. So the day before Christmas Eve, basically I live in Chicago, the Midwest. We've had a really bad weather system come through, and the temperatures were like -30. So I've been running my water faucets all day long, dribbling them, because when you live in a cold climate, you have to dribble your water faucets so the pipes will not freeze. The pipes are less likely to freeze when water is flowing through them versus when the faucets are just off. So I've been doing that, and I live in an older building. It's a very beautiful building. It's not a historic building, but it probably could be landmarked as a historic building, quite honestly. It's an old Daniel Burnham mansion. And the units were cut up into, basically, it's like 16 units, okay, total in the building. It's a small condo community. I've talked about that before. So right now I'm literally filming in my kitchen. Okay. I'm filming in my kitchen, and I'll put in a little B-roll footage. I'm not going to share too much because this is my space. My space is also not how I wanted to, and I don't want my privacy to be totally invaded. I have no problem sharing, being open and honest and everything. But, in my living room over there, I got clothes everywhere. I have my dresser drawers are on the floor because a pipe burst. So the pipe was actually in my master bathroom, which is connected to my bedroom. And actually, when you look at my videos, it's just like literally right here. Like, I have my table. It's a tight setup. I did show recently, how I set my filming station up, because I took out like a behind the scenes photo of what my workstation looked like, and somebody who wanted to start YouTube, one of my subscribers was like, hey, can you do how your filming setup? And I was like, no problem, because I have watched other people's filming setups, and it's been very helpful for me. And like, it costs a lot of money to start YouTube, but it doesn't cost a lot of money. And sometimes you just need to repurpose and just go with the flow. And everybody having a beauty room and all of that is not always feasible, even if you live in a substantial residence. I do have 2 bedrooms, but my second bedroom, let's be honest, it's kind of like my closet. It's been a mess. I've been saying, girl, you got to the end of the year to get these clothes up, and now I kind of like have no choice. So I do have a full bedroom set back there, and I'm staying in my back bedroom. But everything in my master bedroom had to be pulled out. Right now, there is nothing in my master bedroom but my actual bed and my actual big dresser, because my dad came and helped me pull everything out of my room. So I'm sitting there. I just literally have filmed my best palettes of 2022 video. Sitting there, I get my eyebrows done not too often because I don't want to be filmed. So I'm sitting here plucking hairs in between, because I'm like, ooh, need to get this, and it's the night before Christmas Eve. I have a couple of days off of work. I'm excited, and I'm just like, yes, I'm going to enjoy my time. I'm going to enjoy my family time. I'm getting my house together. And literally I'm sitting there, faucets are running. It does feel a little cooler in my room, and my HVAC is just, I mean, like I said, it's like -30 basically outside. The winds are like 40 to 50 miles per hour. Like you could just hear it whipping around my building. I live by the lake also. And I'm sitting there and I hear whoosh. And then all of a sudden water just starts coming out the side of the vanity. So of course I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. I'm freaking out. I take some video for documentation. I'm trying to stay calm. And I did relatively good for me. Okay, I did relatively great for me. And basically I called my bonus mom, who is also my insurance agent. And she knows a lot of people. I was just like, just help me get up out of here. The pipe broke, and I'll explain that situation in a moment. So the pipe breaks, the water, it's only like maybe 2 to 3 feet to travel between the bathroom and the bedroom. And all of a sudden the bedroom carpet is starting to get wet. And I'm like, oh my God, you know, I have my vanity right there on the wall where you see where I usually film. And down below, I have shown this in like my palette videos and everything. Like I have some Sterlite containers. I'll just kind of move over. I have this Sterlite container sitting on top of the other Sterlite containers. So if you see, turn the camera. So I have this Sterlite container sitting on top of it. So these are full of like, these two are just like cream shadows and lashes, but these two are basically eyeshadow palettes. Underneath there, I have 2 more Sterlite containers that this is sitting on top of that have like a lot of like my Debt palettes, my Odin's Eye palettes, my Terra Moon singles, my Cleona singles. I got my Pat McGrath 6 pans in there. I mean, stuff that any makeup lover would just feel like, oh my God, if I was to lose this stuff, I would literally just lose it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's just stuff, but these are things that are important. I worked hard for them. I really care about my belongings. Not to mention, you know, these things are not readily replaceable. You know what I mean? They're not just, so I was saying like, you know, these things are not readily replaceable. These things, some of these things are limited edition. So I just snatched them up. Then my filming equipment, I snatched it up real quick. And then I go upstairs because I'm thinking the pipe is coming from down above. And I knock on my neighbor's door. Now it's 10:36 at night before Christmas Eve. And he comes and helps me. And he just moved in. He's a new homeowner. And I'm like, oh my God, do you hear water behind your walls? And he was like, no. He comes downstairs to help me. So we go and shut off the water to the whole entire building, literally. And I put like notes on the doors, like after my father left, like, do not turn this water back on because you will flood my unit. I have called the management company. They have not responded back yet. It's been a couple of hours. If you have questions, you can call them. If you got questions from me, you can call me. Sorry, okay? But please do not flood me out. So I'm just glad I was at home. So like if I had walked in and my stuff was just floating, could you just imagine how I would have felt? So my dad got everything, helped me get everything out of my room. And like I said, I have clothes sitting on top of my couch. The only reason those clothes are really sitting on top of the couch because I had carpet and the guys had to pull the carpet out because the whole carpet was wet. I would like to get laminate in there, but you know, things are hidden when you buy things and everything's a different level. So it would cost thousands of dollars and concrete to level it off. That's just a whole nother story. So dresser drawers, the makeup drawers, all this stuff is just out there. So it's so insanely crazy. And somehow my nightstands ended up in here. Now these are the nightstands behind me that I had on both sides of the bed. So like I was saying, I had to change my camera battery. I got my nightstands in the kitchen, and luckily I do have a big kitchen. My unit's cut up different. I duplex down, meaning it's more of a garden unit. This is my first home that I bought myself. I bought an apartment building with my brother when I first came out of pharmacy school, but this is my first property by myself. So I have one room that is like ground level and everything else is underground. So I do have a big house. This wall right here has always been dead space. It's always been like, what to do with this wall? You know what I mean? So, you know, the nightstands into here, once I kind of organize things so I can find them and just go like to them, you know, because I still got to live. I got to go to work. I got to function, everything. It was Christmas. So I looked at it and I had this here and I had this and I was like, I text Yadi and Kara, which is Yadi Beauty and Beauty and the Frizz. I said, this doesn't look too bad. I think I could film right here. And they were like, actually, it doesn't look bad at all. And I was like, okay, cool, you know? So a couple of things I hadn't thought about. I was like, okay, it'll be cool. The lighting won't look bad, which I think it looks pretty good. I have a room upstairs, where my Christmas tree is at the moment. And I actually did my black-owned bag try-ons up there, but the lighting is so hard because that room is like a periwinkle. I painted a periwinkle. I mean, I painted my house without, you know, thinking I'm gonna do a YouTube. This is more of like that gray color that's very popular with homes right now because the whole house was like different shades of tan. And I painted it a couple different, you know, of whatever. Had a red accent wall. I got rid of that. I was sitting here last year and I was like, I'm so tired of seeing tan. So I did like the gray scales, which is very popular. My bedroom's always been that darker gray. But like I said, I did this white kind of gray, and sometimes this kind of takes on a slight blue tint. So like I said, I'm in my kitchen and my dead wall. So things I didn't think about. When I'm usually batch filming, which I'm kind of batch filming today, I usually do my laundry. Laundry closet right off the kitchen. Can't do that. You're going to hear it. So I do apologize if the sound is going to sound maybe a little echoey. I do apologize if you're going to maybe hear the furnace kicking on and off. The furnace is in the back on the opposite side of the room, but it's very close in proximity to the kitchen. And I can't be in here without any heat. It's Chicago during the wintertime. Can't have not have heat, okay? So I'm going to try to edit it out the best I can, but I just wanted to be open and honest. You know, I didn't want to abandon my channel. I had lots of plans as far as, you know, wrapping up with the end of the year. It's a fun time on YouTube. You talk about your end of the year favorites. You talk about your favorite products. You know, I usually do my video of how many palettes I purchased in 2020. So I definitely have plans on that going up on January 1st. And a whole month and a half, I told them, like, everybody, it's urgent. They have been moving urgently, but you know, I have to get estimates. The pipe was behind the wall, so the wall had to be cut out so the pipe could be repaired on Christmas Eve. So there are holes in the wall. So actually, come to find out, the association sent a plumber out, and the plumber that the association sent out, he was like, this is not up to code. There probably wasn't even an inspection done by the city when this place was initially built, because there's no reason why this plumbing should be on the exterior wall, and it's not even insulated properly. So come to find out, it's not insulated properly. It's going to have to be insulated. The pipes are going to have to be wrapped so it cannot be, you know, pipes breaking. Eventually, in all transparency, I do want to move from here. I do want a garage. I don't have a garage. I have a gated parking space. Live in Chicago. I don't want to come outside and be doing like this off my car. I come in late at night. I do feel safe where I live, but I work, you know, to 10 o'clock. 1 week I work mornings, 8 to 4. The other week I work 2 to 10. So I've been in the market, but I've just had so many issues with this place. I've had so many issues, and I'm like, I don't even want to get into all the issues. And I know homeowners have issues, but I have had issues, y'all. And my mother and like people who know me, they were like, Ashleigh has had enough issues for 25 years of home ownership. And I've been in this place probably almost 10 years, and it's been a vicious cycle. Every time I get my house together, something dramatic happens. In 2020, the place flooded twice due to the sewer system of the city of Chicago. I had sewer water in my house, y'all. Sewer water in my house. So it's just been really frustrating. Like, I mean, my background was going to kind of change anyway because, you know, I had that silver table behind me, but it's my bedroom. But when I looked, I was just like, oh my gosh, it's just so much stuff and it's feeling cluttered. You know what I mean? When I started YouTube, I barely had anything. I didn't even have all of this. I had like one lamp. Maybe I'll find a clip where it was like super clean behind me. And then as the collection grew, but I had a lot of makeup prior to starting the YouTube. So it's just the accumulation of all the years. Because I was an avid YouTube watcher and I was an avid makeup lover before I started my YouTube channel in 2018. Now, I had found a vanity that I wanted. So I found a vanity for Black Friday, bought it from Wayfair. It ended up being out of stock. And then I found the same one on Amazon, but then I saw all these other vanities and I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I like this, I like this, I like this. And of course I'm taking into account that usually I film in front of that for YouTube in my room. So I sent it to my mother for actually like, give me your opinion. And she was like, is this what you want for Christmas? And I was like, well, since you're offering, sure. You know, that wasn't my intent of my call, but so that was literally supposed to be put together today, and I had to like forward that plan back. I had bought some new coffee tables, a new console table. I was making my place like, yes, a place that I wanted to be, place that I was happy with, place elevating, you know, elevating my home, you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. I work hard and you should feel comfortable. And yes, I'm blessed. I still have a roof on my head. I'm doing better than a lot of people, but it's just frustrating. It's frustrating when you go through this vicious cycle. It's frustrating when certain people don't care that you're going through this and you're trying to get things fixed and you're explaining to them like, well, it's not happening in your unit, but you don't give a care about me until the same thing starts happening in your unit. You know what I mean? But this situation, I feel like it's been easier dealing with the board and the other people because they're like, I have the most problematic unit in the building. But I take everything seriously and I get it corrected the right way. So when I do sell, I can sell it in good faith. Like, this happened, but yes, this happened. Like, as far as the city of Chicago, we stayed on the alderman. We made sure that it got fixed correctly. The pipes, I'm making sure that's going to be insulated. You know, I've done a lot of upgrades in this unit because I have a conscience and I would never want anybody to go through some of these unnecessary issues that I went through. Of course, you're going to have a few issues here and there. That's the name of the game. It can happen if you're a house, a condo, apartment building, wherever. But so I'm sorry, like the heat is kicking on now. I hope I can just like edit that part out and editing, like how I say about the fire trucks and all of that good stuff usually. So it's basically the same setup in true fashion. I'm still dropping things. The silver linings. I want a new carpet. You know, I always talk about I'm always dropping my pallets and the carpet right there looked terrible. So, but I didn't want carpet like that. I was just going to call, you know, they can move the furniture out, put the carpet down, move the furniture back in. And then I am going to repaint that wall lighter. So I'm going to get it prepped and ready, but it's going to take a moment. I didn't want to, like, I like my channel. I like filming and I need my happy place to still continue while dealing through all of these stressful things, because like my friend and I said, we just be pushing through. We're always pushing through, always persevering through, going through the most, just figuring out, problem solving, trying to be like, woe is me, but we can't be like, woe is me, because we just have to keep going and it just gets tiring. But I'm going to go ahead and pivot and I'm going to talk about like some new things that, well, I don't know. There's just really the direction of my channel because a lot of people are reflecting on that. So right now we got a temporary filming space. It is what it is. I'll probably mention a few times till you watch this video, but I'm going to let it go. And then when I move back in my room, you see the new filming space, and I was going to show the vanity off and my new makeup storage for like tight spaces, and we'll do that whenever that time comes. But you know, a very popular video, or I feel like, you know, Mel Thompson started this particular tag. Kelsey Brianna J recently did it because she didn't have the time to do it when Mel was alive and did the challenge. So her and Samantha March, and I was watching my friend Beauty and Fred's talk about it, and it was like New Year's resolutions for her channel, something of that nature. And I was like, I like the questions, but then I didn't like some of the questions because I just felt I was in a different space when it comes to makeup. So as far as what you can see on my channel, you can still expect I'm going to try to put out the most quality content I can. I realize that, you know, I feel like my channel's come a long way. Like, this lighting is actually pretty great. We're in the kitchen, okay? Pretty great. Of course, you're still going to see new makeup from me. I know a lot of people are talking about low buys, and that's great because you have to realize what works for you. I have done a video on my channel called Makeup and Money, and I will link it up here and link it down below. And I have just like really figured out a system that kind of works for me as far as purchasing makeup and just anything that I want in my life, whether it's a pair of shoes, if it's makeup, if it's a clothing item. And I go into depth about just like how I budget my money. So as far as I do plan on still showing some new releases, of course, I'm more picky than I used to be because certain brands I'm just like, I'm not feeling that. And then I just do have a lot of makeup. So I will be bringing new eyeshadow palettes in, just the ones I like, nothing crazy, but you will still see that consistent content from me. You will, I do want to add more fashion things into my channel. So I know I did like my black owned handbag. I want to kind of do maybe a couple clothing hauls here and there. I love fashion. I definitely want to like build my Instagram up. I want to still build my following up. And I mean, I buy makeup, but I don't feel like I overspend in makeup. Like, yes, I overspend, but I don't overspend. Like, I could spend less in makeup, but I don't overspend. And because I just follow this rule where like when I get paid, I pay myself first. I pay myself first, and then I pay my bills. And I keep a cushion in my bank account. And anything after I pay my bills and I pay that cushion, anything in between that cushion and after I've paid those expenses, that's what I spend. Whether it's going to eat out, whether it's going to planning activities, whether it's buying clothes, whether it's buying makeup. So I usually budget pretty well. So I feel like I'm not in a spot where I'm like, oh my God. Of course, a couple of things will have to change. We are having a special assessment in this building. Good grief. Like, but it's okay. It'll be fine. But I just really want my channel to grow. I want to show more of my authentic self. I'm being very vulnerable right now. I don't have to talk about this. I mean, I'm a very hardworking person. I am a retail pharmacist. I'm a pharmacy manager for a major retail company. I have a boating business with my cousins that took up a lot of time this summer. And I mean, I have a really great work. I'm a member of the Links Incorporated. I'm the fundraiser chair for that. I have like a billion things going on. And I would like to find a nice partner and like a nice boyfriend that could turn into a husband. But dating is super hard. So as far as my channel, I definitely provide, I'm going to be doing, what we've been doing and mixing them up. Definitely, I want to go back to definitely having more consistent palette rotations. I love mixing and matching my palettes. I love rotating my palettes. I love going back to the old ones. I love using the new ones and everything in between. And I just feel like, that keeps you from buying everything because it's like, oh my God, I have this to enjoy. And a lot of times I just miss using that stuff. You know what I mean? So I want to use it and provide inspiration on, like, hey, I use this palette, you know what I mean? And like I said, I want to do some more fashion things, and I definitely want to grow. We're almost to 5,000 subscribers. So thank you for everybody who's been like rocking with me since 2018 and hanging in there with me. It means a lot. And yeah, so nothing changing right now but the background and me filming in the kitchen. So I plan on doing some of the same great things that I've been doing the past couple of years. And I plan on just mixing and matching and adding some new things in as like different ideas come up. I definitely want to do more chatty videos, more talking videos in between. I still want to post consistently. I think I was averaging maybe like 2 to 3 videos a week. I still probably will be doing 2 to 3 videos a week, or sometimes when I can crank out more, I'll definitely crank out more. But yeah, so that's what's going on here. And I just wanted to be super open and honest about what's going on here. So this will let you know, like, if you film YouTube, like, you can make it work. I'm sitting in my kitchen. I think some people said they started in their bathroom. So, it is what it is. And I feel like in the beauty space, we've just made it so like, yes, it's beautiful. I have a nice beauty room. I would love to. But sometimes it's just not feasible. You might have a family, might have kids. So you just have to make it work. And right now I'm just like, ooh, I just probably just moved this chair because it took me a moment to set up this stuff and I got some videos to film. But I'm just going to keep it up and I'm going to keep on rolling with it. because it makes me happy. And I feel emotional sitting here talking about it, but it's just been really a roller coaster dealing with this house. And I just couldn't believe that pipe broke on me, and I was doing the correct things, and then come to find out it's just like something else with just shoddy construction. And it's happening with new construction. Like, homes are costing, you know, sometimes $600,000 in the area where I live. And my only saving grace is that, you know, I bought it at an appropriate amount, which I was able to gain a nice amount of equity and refinance, and then still gain more equity after refinancing and pulling cash out. But it's just sad. It's just like, this is my home. And sometimes, I'm just being honest, sometimes I don't feel like I have a nice home, and I don't want to ever feel like that. I'm blessed, and I don't take any of that for granted. But it's just like, when you work so hard to have your home the way you wanted to have it, and it's just like things like this keep disrupting it, it's just really hard to grapple with. So, but I know that this too shall pass, and it's going to pass, and it's going to be okay. But I mean, I'm just going to keep praying on it, and it'll be okay. And what's for me is what's for me. And I will have a new home eventually where I won't have all these issues. And even if I'm still here for a while, I'm not going to have all these issues. I just pray that it's just going to be okay. And at the end of the day, like, generally I am happy. I'm in a good space. This is just something that has, of course, it's upsetted me. It's situational, but I'm okay. I'm not upset. I'm upset, but I'm not like in a bad mental space. Even though I am, because I'm frustrated, and it's frustrating. So yes, there are some tears being shed, but I mean, it is what it is. Like, I'm human. We all go through some things. So yeah, so that's what's going on here. This multi-chrome, I'm living for it. It's actually the Sea Witch palette by Electrum Cosmetics. So it's this shade right here, Siren. So I will have a video on this in the next couple of days. But I just want to come in and let you know what was going on. So if you're wondering, like, drastic change in the setup, or like maybe the audio quality, some things I'm going to be able to control, some things I can't control. And it's just, it is what it is. So I hope you understand. So I think I'm done here. Leave me a comment down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Hit the notification bell so you know when I come out with another video, which will be soon. And subscribe to my channel, because you know I would love to have you here in my little makeup family. And with all of that being said, you already know how we got to end the video. Gotta hit it with the chair dance, chair dance. Hey, 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 chair dance. All right, y'all. Bye.